Hello, audience. Welcome to another episode of Have You Seen It? I am Charles, and I am with my homegirl, Denise. Hello, Denise.
Hello, Charles.
So let's go into our recommendations for this week.
All right. I am recommending the movie Tina on HBO Max. This is a movie documentary about Tina Turner. And although you folks have seen, or many people have seen the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, starring Angela Bassett, this is different. And the thing I liked about this movie was that Tina is describing her life from childhood, pre-Ike, to meeting Ike and falling in love with him and becoming the dynamic duo of Ike and Tina Turner, the abuse, and her divorce from him, and then life after Ike. This, to me, was compelling, and I hung on her every word because I was, comparing what she was saying to the movie in that the timeline, not, because movies are different from the real thing, but the timeline, I'm like, yeah, I remember that from the movie. But to hear her describe, especially the emotional and physical abuse that she endured from Ike Turner, it broke my heart. I mean, to see it in the movie was one thing, but to hear this woman at 80 plus, relive that in such a way that was, my emotions were all over the place because her life was just incredible, and it was sad. It made you mad, but when she was able to get beyond all of that pain and finally in her advance, at 50 plus, find love with someone much younger than herself and eventually marry that person. And once she experienced love, I felt so much better for her as I watched that film. So wow, that is my recommendation, Tina on HBO Max. If you want to hear the real story in her own words, I strongly recommend you take a look at this.
So my recommendation for this week is Godzilla versus Kong. But, the main characters in this really was Kong and Godzilla. Kaylee Hotley, who played Jai, she was a little girl in it, and she really stole the show in this also, too. And she had no lines. So the movie is about really Kong and Godzilla, but also about two corporations. Monarch, who is responsible for containment of the Titans, which Godzilla and Kong are considered, and Apex, who's trying to find this power source. They didn't really say what the power source was for at the beginning of the movie, right? But trying to find it. Apex goes to Monarch and asks them, hey, look at this. We're trying to find this power source, and we believe it's in a location of a place that we found near the Earth core called Hollow Earth. And they believe that this was the birthplace of the Titans. After Monarch and Apex agreed to have Kong find it, Kong finds this power source. Now, at the same time, Godzilla is wreaking havoc on the Earth. He's attacking all these different locations, and people, Monarch and the military, they don't know why, right? Because one, it's out of his character. He doesn't attack humans, right? He only attacked Titans. I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty good movie. You're going to have a couple of fight scenes in there between Godzilla and Kong. So my recommendation is Godzilla versus Kong. You can see it on HBO Max. So Denise, who's your nailed it this week, girl?
my nailed it is one of my favorites. Richard Gere in the movie Unfaithful. 3 scenes when he finds out that his wife, played by Diane Lane, has been unfaithful and he confronts her. When he goes to the lover's apartment to confront him and accidentally kills him. And then the fact that he spends the rest of the day and into the night covering his tracks as he disposes of the body of this man that he just killed. I felt for Richard Gere from that point on. Once he found out all the way to the end, I was with him and feeling his pain. Do not cheat on your spouse. Don't end
They
up
find
like
out, huh?
that is my nailed it. Don't end up like him.
So my nailed it this week is Tom Cruise as Major William Cage in Edge of Tomorrow. Now, Cruise plays a military public affairs officer. He is telling the world about things about what's going on with the alien invasion that's happening on Earth at the time. Cage, which played by Cruise really opens up his mouth, big mouth, and gets sent to the front line because of being disrespectful to his superiors. And when he goes to the front line, he actually gets killed. And in this accident with him and the alien, he actually started reliving that day every single day. As usual, Tom Cruise does all his own action scenes. So my nailed it is Tom Cruise as Major Cage in Edge of Tomorrow.
All right, folks, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that like button. And we are available on every podcast platform in the universe. Just type in Have You Seen It with Charles and Denise, and there we will be.
Audience, thank you for joining us for another episode of Have You Seen It with my lovely co-host, Denise, and yours truly. And we're out.
Bye-bye.